I wasn't able to win that same way because she started to play more aggressive, go for her shots a little bit more. So I wasn't too disappointed in myself. I just wish I made the adjustment a little bit quicker. Maybe it would have saved a little bit of future gray hairs or something.
Well, listen, you got out in straight sets, which was great. Second week in Australia, semis in the...
In a moment that no one inside Indian Wells saw coming, the atmosphere around the court suddenly shifted. Coco Gauff, the world number 4 and one of the most dominant young stars in tennis, stunned the tennis world when she openly declared Alex Eala the best player at Indian Wells after an unexpected defeat to the 19-year-old in the third round. The result didn't just end a match. It sent a ripple through the entire tennis community, and today we're peeling back every layer of how it happened. At first, the story looked predictable. Gauff came out strong, confident, and composed, quickly taking the first 2 games of the opening set as if she was ready to repeat history. And for a brief moment, it truly felt like the match was heading toward another routine victory for her. After all, only 2 weeks earlier she had defeated Eala in convincing fashion, and expectations around the stadium leaned heavily in her favor. But sports has a strange way of rewriting its own script. As the rally exchanges grew longer and the pressure quietly started to build, something unexpected began to unfold. Eala slowly started flipping the momentum. Gauff, who had looked completely comfortable in the early games, suddenly found herself facing resistance she hadn't anticipated. Shot by shot, point by point, Eala adjusted to the slow court conditions with remarkable intelligence, and the longer the match stretched, the stronger she seemed to become. What once looked like Gauff set to dominate started slipping away as Eala's relentless rhythm pushed her further and further on the defensive. And when the most important moments arrived, Eala didn't hesitate. She took command of the rallies, controlled the tempo, and dictated every crucial exchange. This wasn't simply a win developing, it was a performance that stunned even seasoned tennis watchers. The opening set alone became a spectacle few expected. Gauff had started with the first 2 points, yet somehow the narrative flipped completely as Eala surged forward, capturing nearly everything that followed and sealing the set with a commanding 6-2 scoreline. The turnaround felt dramatic, almost cinematic, and Eala's resilience shone brightly under the pressure of the moment. Even the most passionate tennis fans watching could hardly believe the composure the young player was showing on such a big stage. Every time Gauff looked ready to regain control, Eala answered immediately. With a clever angle, a sudden tactical adjustment, or simply the stamina to outlast the rally. Her movement, creativity, and confidence painted a clear picture of why she is already considered one of the most thrilling young talents in women's tennis. Yet the story still had another twist waiting. The second set began with Eala maintaining that same fearless momentum, quickly claiming 2 more points and pushing the pace forward again. But then, in an unexpected and emotional turn, Gauff was forced to retire from the match because of an injury. While Eala was clearly in a strong position to finish the victory herself, it wasn't the ending anyone truly wanted. In the post-match press conference, Eala's tone shifted from celebration to sincere concern as she spoke about her opponent's health. She made it clear that winning under those circumstances was not how she hoped the match would end and wished Gauff a fast recovery. It was a moment that revealed something deeper than competition, true sportsmanship, and the respect in Eala's voice showed that sometimes the most powerful moments in sports happen after the final point is played.
Yeah, so back to your question, I really didn't want to win this way, but this is still a really big moment for me to be able to play on Stadium 1 of Indian Wells and against such a great competitor. I'm really grateful to be here and I'm super happy. Yeah.
Right after the final point, the spotlight naturally shifted to Alex Eala, and the way she reacted revealed far more about her character than the scoreboard ever could. Instead of celebrating wildly after one of the biggest wins of her young career, her focus quietly turned toward Coco Gauff, the opponent she deeply respects and admires. In that moment, there was no gloating, no dramatic celebration, just genuine concern and respect for a fellow competitor. It was the kind of response that reminded everyone watching that greatness in sports isn't measured only by victories, but also by the way athletes carry themselves when the cameras are rolling. And for many fans around the world, that moment said everything about who Eala really is. Her humility, her calm composure, and her sportsmanship instantly resonated with people who value more than just trophies. For young players dreaming of stepping onto a tennis court someday, this was the kind of example that turns athletes into role models. But while her character shined brightly off the court, what she did during the match deserves just as much attention. Because performance like this doesn't happen by accident. Once again, Eala proved she is not just another promising talent passing through the rankings, she's a genuine force building momentum in women's tennis. With this victory over Gauff, she has now defeated 3 top 10 players despite not even breaking into the world's top 20 yet. The numbers alone are staggering, and they hint at something even bigger on the horizon. If she manages to capture the Indian Wells title, her ranking could explode upward in a way that reshapes the entire conversation around the sport. And that's exactly why the buzz surrounding her keeps growing louder with every match she plays. Fans are noticing it, analysts are noticing it, and now the tennis world is beginning to accept that something special may be unfolding. Even before this tournament began, former American tennis star Sam Querrey made a bold prediction that raised plenty of eyebrows. He suggested that Eala could one day become an even bigger star than both Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka, a statement that sounded almost unbelievable at the time. But after watching the way she dismantled one of the game's brightest stars on such a massive stage, that prediction suddenly feels a lot less outrageous. Confidence is clearly growing inside Eala's game, and her performance at Indian Wells has only strengthened the belief that she may soon be ready to stand among the very best in the world.
Biggest draw in women's tennis right now.
Yes.
Is she bigger than Sabalenka? Is she bigger than Coco?
Dude, it's crazy. She's having the same effect that Fonseca was having, like, on the men's side last year in Miami.
It's like Fonseca, but I think it's bigger than Fonseca.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, the Doha, crowds were insane for her.
Former American star Sam Querrey didn't just praise Alex Eala for her performance. He pointed to something even bigger quietly unfolding around her. According to Querrey, the young sensation has already started pulling massive attention toward the sport, and the numbers coming out of Indian Wells tell an incredible story. In her very first match at the tournament, Eala reportedly generated more than $5 million in ticket sales, a staggering figure that shattered attendance expectations and instantly set a new buzz around the event. For a player who hasn't even broken into the world's top 20 yet, that kind of draw is almost unheard of. It's the type of moment that makes the entire tennis world pause and ask a bigger question. What exactly is happening here? Because this isn't just about a talented young competitor winning matches anymore. Something about Eala's presence, the energy, the confidence, the story of a rising underdog, has begun pulling crowds in a way that feels rare and electric. And that's why many are starting to believe she's no longer simply another promising player climbing the rankings. She's becoming a genuine star. Her popularity is spreading fast, and every appearance seems to bring a louder wave of excitement from fans eager to witness what she'll do next. Across the locker room, other elite players are clearly paying attention as well. Big names like Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, and Jessica Pegula can all feel the shift happening around the tour, because when a new star begins capturing the spotlight like this, the entire landscape of the sport slowly starts to change.
Things in the world.
Yeah, correct. She's definitely one to watch, obviously because she's so good, but just for the atmosphere. You want to tune into her matches just to see what it's like on the court.
It's got to be like a little jealousy maybe from some of the women. That girl's coming in, she's not top 10, biggest star in the world.
Even Coco Gauff herself didn't hesitate to acknowledge what everyone inside the stadium had just witnessed. After the match, she openly admitted that Alex Eala looked like the best player on the courts at Indian Wells Tennis Garden. It wasn't said out of frustration or disappointment, but rather with honest respect for the level Eala had produced throughout the match. Gauff explained that the famously slow courts at Indian Wells seemed perfectly tailored to Eala's style of play, allowing her to stretch rallies, control the rhythm, and slowly wear down her opponents. According to Gauff, the young star's ability to read the conditions and adapt her game so quickly was one of the biggest reasons she dominated the match the way she did. In fact, Gauff went even further with her praise, suggesting that in these specific conditions, Eala might genuinely be the best player out there right now. She highlighted the way Eala glides across the court, transitioning from one side to the other with remarkable speed and balance, something that reflects not only natural talent, but also incredible fitness and discipline behind the scenes. Gauff also pointed to the unpredictable elements of Eala's game. The clever angles, the cheeky shots, and the way she manages to recover her position almost instantly after every rally. Those small details, she explained, are exactly what make Eala such a dangerous opponent, because just when you think you've found an opening, she's already there, resetting the point and turning the pressure right back on you.
It's really physical here because the courts are so slow and the points are a little bit longer, and it's hard for me to hit a winner, and it's probably hard for them to hit a winner. So it's just being prepared to play a lot of awkward shots, a lot of long points.
When a player like Coco Gauff speaks with that kind of respect, people across the tour pay attention, and her words about Alex Eala say a lot about how quickly the young star's reputation is growing on the WTA stage. Gauff has spent years living among the sport's elite, battling the best players in the world week after week, so when she admits that Eala has the tools to become a future star, it carries real weight. But the praise doesn't stop there. Another top contender, Jessica Pegula, has also acknowledged the buzz surrounding Eala, admitting that right now she might be bringing more attention to the sport than anyone else. Pegula even spoke about her own experience stepping onto the court against her and how the atmosphere instantly felt different. The crowd was massive, the energy was electric, and from the very first point Pegula sensed she was part of something special unfolding in real time. According to her, the intensity around that match was almost unbelievable, the kind of environment players rarely witness, and she described it in one simple word: insane. In tennis, that level of admiration doesn't come easily. Eala's presence at Indian Wells Tennis Garden has created a spark that's impossible to ignore, and her fearless performances have only amplified the excitement surrounding her rise. With every match she plays, more fans seem to rally behind her, and the belief keeps growing that her ceiling in this sport could be incredibly high. If this remarkable run continues and she somehow lifts the trophy, history could be waiting on the other side. Winning Indian Wells on a debut appearance would be an extraordinary milestone, instantly placing her name alongside the most unforgettable moments in tennis. It would not only mark a historic first, but also confirm that one of the game's brightest young talents has officially arrived. Her victory over Gauff already stands as a major breakthrough, yet a tournament title would completely transform the trajectory of her career. And that's why Gauff's admission that Eala looked like the best player in Indian Wells feels so significant. It reflects the growing realization across the sport that something special may be unfolding. Again and again, Eala has proven she belongs on the biggest stages, and this victory is simply the latest chapter in a story that appears to be just beginning. As she climbs higher in the rankings and the spotlight grows brighter, the tennis world is watching closely, wondering how far she can really go. So now the question shifts to the fans. Can Alex Eala keep this incredible momentum alive and become the first player ever to conquer Indian Wells on her debut? Could she truly represent the future of women's tennis? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories from the world of tennis, because the drama from Indian Wells is far from over.